Over 50% of Americans don't have enough money to retire at the average retirement age.
So, if you would like more control over when you retire, we're going to help share some strategies to maximize your contributions.
So what's number one, Christopher?
Number one is having as much control over your own deferral. So if you're in a 401k plan, try to defer the maximum amount. What's the maximum amount for somebody under age 50 in 2023?
$22.50.
$22,500. So if you were born in 1973 or before, you get a catch-up contribution that's an extra $7,500. So that total is $30,000 for somebody 50 or older in 2023. Is their only option to max out their deferrals?
Well, that's what the individual can do.
That's what the individual
they
can
can
do,
ask
right.
their employer to help them with the heavy lifting, right?
Right, and then so those would be employer contributions,
Right.
all right? Maybe the employer has a match. There's a profit sharing contribution. You can't do anything about that except hope you get it. I mean, that is the employer's choice, all right?
Advocate for yourself.
Advocate for yourself. Now, what is the best practice when it comes to an employer match if you have a deferral option?
To put in as much as you can to get the maximum match.
Right, you want to make sure, you need to figure out what the formula is for your employer's match to do everything you can to make sure you get the maximum employer matching contribution that you can get. All right. Is there another option on here other than your employee deferral or your employer contribution, which is like a safe harbor match? What's the third one?
Well, you can do extra yourself.
Right.
In specific circumstances.
Right. There's something called a voluntary contribution. It's not our word. This is this very specific word that the IRS uses to describe this contribution. It is an employee contribution. It is in addition to your 401k contributions, all right? It is after tax, so it's after tax, not Roth. So you want to make sure that if you can put this money into the plan, you convert it to Roth after it gets in the plan. Now the problem with this, there is a problem.
Okay.
The problem with this is great for non-highly compensated employees because they're not subject to testing. If somebody's a highly compensated employee, you probably need to talk to us to find out whether or not this is going to work for you and your situation, because there's very specific, very limited testing that applies to this contribution. So this really works for non-highly compensated employees, not so much for highlies.
Okay.
All right?
Anything else you'd like to add?
No, just like I said, do what you can. Don't worry about what you haven't saved. Well, worry about it a little bit, okay? But worry about what you can do today. If you're doing 2%, see if you can do 3%. Don't worry about, oh, well, I can't do $30,000, so I'm going to do nothing. Start doing something as soon as you can and increase it whenever you get a bonus or a compensation increase or something like that. All right? Does that sound good?
Sounds
All
good.
right.
Yeah. So if you like this video, we have more videos.
Right. Now, if you like, check out our video on how much money you need to retire by age. We did this by demographics, all right? We would love to continue this conversation with you, so please comment below, like, subscribe. Let your friends and neighbors know about us. We're looking forward to talking to you more later. Take care.
Toodaloo.